Hello, hello. Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
I am there we go. I was about to say I'm currently being
There
screamed
she
at
is.
by a void.
Love it.
Um, this little girl had to go to the vet today just for
Oh
her usual,
no!
her usual checkup, and she was a good girl as always. But she's gaining weight.
Chunky
But you're not fat.
baby.
You're not problematically fat yet.
She's just a little chunky. That's okay.
And here's the thing, like every year she gains a little bit of weight, and every year I have the same conversation with them where they're like, "Oh, well maybe you need to feed her a little less." And then I tell them what I feed them, and they're like, "Oh, it must be that your other cat's eating that she's eating most of it and your other cat isn't getting enough." I'm like, "No, no. That's not how that works." Luna eats almost all the food and Nick somehow gains weight.
Fascinating.
They never believe me. They're like, "Oh, she must be eating it somehow." I'm like, "Dude." But
So other
yeah,
than that, how we doing?
fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
Fine, fine.
I'll take it.
Mhm.
What did we get up to on our week off?
Oh, our week off. Yeah, man, I can't remember back that far.
Love that. That's probably a great sign.
Yeah.
I can't
How
say I
about
didn't.
you?
I can't say I did anything all that interesting either.
Okay. I
Unfortunately.
saw on our episode doc that you had put insomnia and Toricon stories, but I don't have Toricon stories because I didn't get to go.
You didn't get to go. Wait, what? What
I
happened?
told you this. I thought I did anyway. Yeah, I told you about that. I think it was after our last recording. Apparently, you have to buy tickets like 8 days in advance
You
is the
did tell
cutoff.
me. Okay, so then what do we got for stories from Insomnia? Because I know that happened.
Yeah. So Insomnia, for those who don't know, is the Geneseo Insomnia Film Festival, where students sign up in teams of up to
Two-time winner here.
and they get a 24-hour period in which to write, film, and edit a 3-minute movie. Right? That's the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my second year in charge of it now. And I was so insistent that I was not going to spend that full 24 hours in the computer lab this year.
How'd that work out for you?
I have 2 interns, and we were like, "Oh, and you know what? We'll split it amongst ourselves, right? Do 3 8-hour shifts." Neither of those youngsters felt like they could do the overnight one. So I was like, "All right, I'll do the 1 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Sometimes I got there. Like that.
Yeah, I got there at 5 p.m. for the kickoff, and one of my interns who was supposed to be taking the first shift informed me that she didn't want to be alone in the computer lab because she didn't feel comfortable.
Come on.
So I just stayed, and I told her she could go home. So I ended up being there, although she did come an hour earlier in the morning to relieve me. So it was 15 straight hours in that lab.
Wow.
Which isn't as bad as 24.
It's not as bad as 24. I hope it was fun for a little bit in some ways.
You know what I did? I got myself a folding cot.
Nice.
That's like adjustable so you can like lean the back up and stuff like that. And I set that up, got comfortable with a blanket, and I set my laptop up and watched anime and knitted almost the entire time.
Well, there you go. That's something. That kind of sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Like, if you gotta be there.
Yeah, I did try to take a nap here and there, but there's like a very loud radiator that randomly gets louder. So like you would start to drift off. But I may or may not have kicked it approximately 30 times.
Love it.
Hoping just one kick that's like the right right amount of force, yeah, in the right spot would correct the problem. It did not work. But yeah, I survived it through another year.
I love that for you.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't say that I have any exciting stories. That was essentially how it went.
Would love to do that again. I would love to do alumni team again.
You can. In fact, somebody who is also a 2-time winner who happened to be on campus the other day and wants to make an alumni film and send it in.
Could link up. Exciting.
We got time in the award ceremony if people want to send in videos and
hell yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, so this is something that I have once again stolen from a local morning radio show.
Okay.
They have some great conversation topics, and this show, it's called the Free Beer and Hot Wing Show, and it always fucking plays while I'm at work because it's the like it starts off. It's the morning show on the classic rock station that like every fucking radio in the entire canal system is tuned to. Because
you work with a bunch of old men.
Because I work with a bunch of old men who just want to hear the same classic rock hits every single day, which, like, no judgment.
That's my dad, so I get it.
But they were talking about the difference between a topping, a condiment, and a dip, and citing some like potentially controversial examples. So I want to I just want to talk about that. And categorize some of the controversial examples, or try to categorize some of the controversial examples.
Yeah.
So let's just start with definition. What is the difference between a topping and a condiment?
You know what? So coincidentally, it was like a week or two ago. So I randomly get it in my head that there are these words we use all the time that I don't know the official definition for, and that I would have trouble defining. If somebody actually asked me to. And so sometimes when that happens, I ask my Echo, I'm not going to say her name because she'll hear me, but I will ask my Amazon Echo to define the word for me. And I just asked her a week or two ago to define the word condiment. I don't remember what the context was. I was there was something that I was like, wait, does this count as a condiment? And I don't remember the exact definition, but something along the lines of, it was really broad, something added to food to enhance its flavor, essentially.
Could that not also be a topping?
And I think that's where it gets trickier. To me,
oh, wonderful. Pull that up real quick.
Yes.
Hashtag produced.
Yeah, see, and to enhance flavor. Yeah, and then I was going to say a topping, to me, is usually more solid, Like if you put toppings on ice cream, it's pretty much always sprinkles and nuts, and, where condiments tend to be liquid more often.
Okay, here's the thing, though. One of the controversial examples that was cited when I was hearing other people talk about this was chocolate syrup, because you put that on ice cream and stuff. I wouldn't call that a condiment. I would still call that a topping.
No. Because that is part of the dish itself. Without that thing, it is not a sundae.
This is true. But what if
you can have a hot dog without ketchup and it's still a hot dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the sauce is an essential part of the dish. I mean, if you take away that, it's not a sundae anymore. It's just ice cream.
You could also just put chocolate syrup on ice cream without going to the trouble of making it a sundae, a formal sundae with a cherry.
I don't think you have to have a cherry for it to be a sundae.
I mean, we can circle back to this. What do we think is necessary to call we'll get to that in a minute. What do we need to call something a sundae? But
see, that's one of those words you don't really think about, but if you had to define it, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, and now I'm here
Yeah. Still it's a condiment if you're
it's bad is what it is.
I mean, it is terrible, but it would be a condiment, in my view.
Yes. Okay, so this was the other particularly controversial example that they came up with. Your caramel sauce type shit. Because you can dip apple slices into that.
Yeah.
And it's functioning as a dip there. But if you put it on ice cream, if you put it on a sundae, would that not be a topping? I don't think I would ever call it a condiment.
It's not the substance itself that is a dip or a topping or a condiment, but the way in which you use it.
Okay.
I think is what matters.
I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, because a dip to me very clearly is something that you dip a thing in. Like, to me, that's not even a question, right?
So, like, technically, if you have like a churro or whatever and you're dipping it in like chocolate syrup or chocolate sauce, that's a dip.
Yeah. And I would say, like, you know, ketchup, you put it on a hot dog, it's a condiment, but if I'm dipping French fries in it, it becomes dip.
Which is such a weird thing to think. I would never refer
Yeah.
to ketchup as a dip, but
No.
like,
But
does it
it
not
is.
become one?
It's just like when you get little containers of like dipping sauce for your nuggets and things like that. It's all kind of the same thing.
Ooh,
It's just we
that's
don't think of
another. You
ketchup
know
that way.
what else we should do? We should rank the dipping sauces.
I feel like we would disagree a lot.
I'm writing this down so that I don't do that thing where I forget it in 5 minutes.
Because I know you are very pro barbecue sauce, and I'm fine with
Dipping
barbecue sauce, but
sauces.
it's not my preferred.
And what constitutes a sundae? I get so scattered when I'm doing the podcast because we are as freeform as we are that I need to have these things.
Yeah, no, it's smart.
Otherwise, I will forget.
You know, not to derail us, but I mentioned
Please
you
derail
in
us. I have a pen and paper.
I mentioned you in class yesterday, because I said another one of those things that out of context would sound really strange.
Love it.
That actually related to the one that I talked about 2 weeks ago when we last recorded with the punching the inflatable baby.
Oh, yeah. Which, by the way, that became an episode title. I hope you're proud of that.
Oh, nice. Well, I heard the sentence come out of my mouth that I don't really want to punch a penguin, like in the middle of class. And I thought,
I don't want to either, but I think if one was coming at me and I had to, I could.
Well, I was talking about inflatable penguin. I just didn't use the word inflatable that time.
Noted. So how do I tie into this?
Well, I said it, and, you know, I got reactions that you would imagine. And I said, you know what? I used to have a student, when I would say stupid stuff like that, would write it down in a notebook.
And then I showed it to you at the end of the year.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. And then she showed it to me. Yeah.
You have to appoint another me.
Yeah. I was like, you guys got to write this stuff because I usually forget it immediately.
I know.
As soon as I say it, it's out of my brain.
I'm like sad at the number of amazing things that are probably getting said and I just never hear about.
Because I definitely said something in my other class yesterday too that I was like, man, out of context, please nobody. I'm constantly in fear of people recording me and then taking things I say in class out of context.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I mean, understandable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But back to toppings, dips, and condiments. Yes. There are certain things that I would like. I mean, I guess it can technically function as a dip, like ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, etc. But I would never refer to it as that.
But that's what it is, though.
I would always call it and you know what? I'm lying to myself. I would call the fucking honey mustard little dippy things you get. I would call that dip.
That's what they're called.
It really, like, you have to pick a dipping sauce. Using it for.
Yeah, it's the use. It's not the substance itself. It's the way that you use it.
All right, I think we've reached a valid conclusion. Would we like to rank some dipping sauces?
Oh, right now?
Yeah, sure, why not? You know what? Let me see if I can find... Is there a tier maker for that? Google, show me this guy's balls, please.
I think it'll be difficult, because again, I don't know that we'll agree on any, so it'll be hard to...
Sauce tier list. The ultimate condiment dip and sauce ranker. Okay.
But sauces are condiments?
There's a lot happening here. Hold on. Go to template.
Oh, God.
Let me see if I can get some screen sharing going on real quick here. Share screen. Select tab. Sauce tab. Share. And
That's
then
a good question.
I add it to the screen. Yes, look at me. Fucking hashtag produced.
Woohoo.
Okay, so, and hold on. Brooks, tell me, when I switch tabs, nothing changes on the screen, correct?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful.
I mean, yeah. right now anyway. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Ads go away.
you're taking Chris's job there.
Sorry. No,
I would say
leave.
ketchup is a condiment when you put it on a hot dog. It's a dip when you dip fries into it, and then some people put it on meatloaf as a topping. I don't know if that counts.
That's odd. I don't know how I
thing,
feel about that.
That was the first thing that came to mind. I mean, I remember my mom doing that
this
sometimes when I was a kid.
Let's see. It's highlighted.
I don't know, because it's like, it's part of the dish. It's not like something you add on afterward. Like,
I'm just seeing the hey, that's my turf in the chat.
Like, she puts it on it before she bakes it. So it's actually part of the meatloaf.
Interesting. I think my mom does a similar thing, but we've got a lot of fucking
oh god,
food additives here.
Yeah, I can't think of a situation where ranch dressing would be a topping.
No, I can't say that I can either. Where do we want to start with this?
Gosh, I
can see things we're gonna fight about. I'll fucking tell you that right now.
I know. That's why this is kind of hard, because we sort of have to agree where to put it.
I'm looking at that hummus.
I know.
Because that's an F for me,
I love
baby.
hummus. You hate hummus.
What are we gonna do about it?
Put it in the middle.
That seems fair. Ooh, there's S plus.
Oh,
so that's gonna be a B.
Okay.
I mean, you can shout out anything that your eye is immediately drawn to.
I would say Nutella is top tier.
You're so right, Queen.
And caramel sauce as well.
I find, it was never in my house growing up.
I know, but caramel's so good.
Let's go S.
Okay.
Because I'm undecided.
Nutella's in there twice. It's down the bottom. Look.
What the hell's that about?
Yeah.
Odd.
That's interesting.
I am also kind of anti-ketchup.
What?
I don't fucking like tomato, man.
I know, but I am a big fan.
And what do we want to do about that?
Again, maybe somewhere in the middle?
I'll let you, just because I know that like this is universally one of the most loved condiments, I'll let you put it in an A.
Nice. I see one thing on there that we agree with wholeheartedly, and we would both eat our body weight in it if we could.
Fucking sour cream.
Yeah.
You're so right. We can have a little agreement every now and again as a treat.
Yeah, no, that's one we very much agree on. Anything, like sometimes when I plan food, it's not what do I want to eat, it's what can I make that will
can be a vessel
allow
for
me to consume sour cream. Yeah.
Yep, sometimes that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with sriracha.
I do enjoy sriracha.
There's another hummus? Is it a different type?
The Sabra on the top middle.
That's guacamole.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't realize that brand made guacamole. I do love guacamole.
Oh, this I'm going to use as an umbrella term. You know what is like a fucking god tier topping just in general? Gravy.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's one that varies a lot, though.
But like, just in general, usually if there's a meal that involves it, I am so fucking here for that.
Well, like a regular turkey gravy or something like that is just kind of to me, but my mom makes a ham gravy with brown sugar.
Ooh.
It is so good. And that I would, yeah.
I will say my mom makes again, it's pretty simple, but my mother makes a fucking smack ass turkey gravy. Do we want to put that A, S, S plus?
What?
You just sounded like you were so affronted by something.
Oh, what Chris put in chat. That he wanted to nominate Miracle Whip for F tier.
Yeah, I kind of don't fuck with it either.
I like it. I grew up eating that and not mayonnaise.
No, we were a mayo household.
Yeah, see, I told you
I'll
this
let
was
you
going to be
put it a
difficult.
C. I'll let you put it in C.
Okay. Fine.
How the hell did it go?
There it is. Ooh, marshmallow fluff.
We never had that in my house growing up.
I know, but mallows are so good. Just imagine
I
mallows, but
do love a marshmallow.
mm-hmm.
It's not necessary. This shit sucks.
What is it? I can't even
The
tell.
spray cheese.
Oh, it is. It is objectively terrible. I did
It's
eat it a lot
horrible.
growing up, but it is terrible.
And
We
listen,
would put it on like crackers and be fancy,
I mean,
or just
yeah,
spray it right in
again,
your mouth.
it was like you don't have good taste when you're a child.
No, it's so true.
You know how I feel about barbecue sauce? That's an S plus for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. It's not my go-to, but
I will allow it to be demoted to S.
okay, that's fine. Isn't I feel like that's on there more than once too.
I feel like it's just another form of barbecue sauce, or
Oh,
like
okay.
another like specifically like oh hickory barbecue sauce or whatever. So I'm gonna just move that there, and we'll say that's
Yeah.
barbecue sauce as a whole.
Yeah, these things are like half an inch tall on my screen. It's so hard to.
I'm so
Some of them
sorry.
are obvious, but it's just I'm like squinting at them like, what might that be?
Some of these I'm squinting a little bit at too for some of the labels.
Well, there's mayo. How we
Which
feel about mayo?
like I do fucking enjoy me like sometimes it really does make or break a sandwich.
It does. I'm a big fan of mayo.
I want to say A.
Okay, yeah, that works for me.
I
It's
feel like we
interesting
gotta
that
take a moment and say just like shout out to butter because like so
yeah,
many uses.
it's so true, and it's like a piece of dry ass toast is like, ooh, who wants that? But like
Put some fucking
butter on toast.
you put some fucking Kerrygold on that motherfucker. Oh. Also, I understand the Kerrygold hype now. When I went to my parents for like St. Patrick's Day corned beef and cabbage, and my mom had like the Irish, like the fucking soda bread and like the Kerrygold butter from Ireland. I get the hype. I get why people are really fucking annoying about it.
Okay, I will take your word for it.
But yeah, where do we want to put that?
Butter?
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere in the S or A region.
I'm gonna go S just because there's so many uses for it. Like you put it on some fucking mashed potatoes, you put it on some toast. You like there's a lot you can do.
Yeah, Chris, I called you Chris because I was trying to say Chris and gravy at the same time. Gravy Chris. I noticed the packet on there.
It's like fucking Sleepy K. I'll see myself out.
Like Gravy Chris.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's, yeah, I don't know. But it's a packet itself. It's not gravy. A new nickname. Now I just feel the urge to mock, and I can't help it.
You know, give in. It's fine. I'm just gonna put this second Nutella up with the S tier because it's bothering me that it's there.
Get it out of the way, yeah.
Yeah. We all know how I feel about tomato.
I know.
Marinara sauce down here, which I don't fuck with like at all.
You don't eat spaghetti at all?
I do, but I just Parmesan, baby. Butter and Parmesan.
You're weird.
I never said I wasn't.
That's like what 6-year-olds eat.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I've been made fun of for it my entire adult life. If I could have forced myself to like tomatoes at this point, I would have.
I remember when my niece was a kid, that was one of the few things she would eat was buttered noodles. Like that's all she ever wanted.
At least I put the fucking Parmesan on it. Also, you know what's a better sauce? Alfredo.
Alfredo's on there.
Oh, hell yeah. That's like an S tier sauce for me.
Yeah, I think that's on the bottom, right? Next to the whatever that Tostitos is.
Yeah, I actually don't know what that is.
White Tostitos.
White Tostitos. Yeah, where do we want to put Alfredo sauce? That's a solid S for me.
Yeah, I would say S or A, somewhere in that neighborhood is. Do enjoy an
Queso
Alfredo.
blanco. Noted.
Yeah.
You know what's an S tier condiment? Topping, sauce, whatever you want to fucking call it. Probably a condiment or a topping. Whipped cream, baby.
I was going to point out that that's right next to Cool Whip, and I
Which
feel like that's
also,
controversial.
Cool Whip, like, I know it's, like, not good, but it kind of fucks.
I prefer Cool Whip over whipped cream.
Interesting. I don't prefer it over whipped cream, but I do like it.
Again, maybe it's a thing because that's just always what we had when I was growing up.
We
But
never
like,
had Cool Whip in my house. It was always whipped
yeah,
cream.
I think it has something to do with that. But
The nostalgia factor.
I still like Cool Whip more. It's sweeter.
It is, but sometimes that's not what I want.
Oh, that's always what I want.
So where do we want to put these two? Do we want to give them both an A?
Yeah, I would say they both go
in
pretty high.
the name of fairness.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How do we feel about relish?
I do not fuck with relish.
Well, you know how I feel about pickles in general. That applies to relish.
This is fair. Where do you want to put it?
Like an A?
I'll let you have a B. Does that seem fair?
Okay. I always have relish on my hot dogs, although it depends on the kind of relish too. I can't tell what kind that is, but I'm just gonna.
Let's just
I'm
have a generic.
Yeah. We got honey on there.
Here's the thing. There's not much you can do with it, but like dipping apple slices into honey, that shit's really good.
We actually used to dip chicken nuggets in it sometimes, and that's actually really tasty. Sort of like honey mustard, but just the honey part.
Not against that question mark. I don't think
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Or Chris said putting some honey in oatmeal is good. I also sometimes would like put a little bit in like Greek yogurt, toss some blueberries or something on there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's not a ton
it's
you
good
can
sweetener.
do with it, but it has its moments.
Yeah, put it in tea.
Yeah. Want to give it a B or an A?
I feel like B because it's not as versatile. Huh?
B. Nice.
Anyway.
How do we feel about sriracha? I really kind of fuck with sriracha. No, I think I started to say it and then we got distracted.
Oh, and it's right next to Mike's Red Hot, so maybe we just pull the hot sauces because there's Tabasco in the top row.
I think of the options that I presented here, I would say that sriracha is the superior hot sauce.
To me, sriracha and Red Hot are pretty similar in terms of how much I like them.
Sriracha's like an A for me.
I would put them both at A.
I'll let you have
personally, because we don't have Cholula as an option. There is Tabasco at the top,
which I think it's a lesser hot sauce. I really do.
I do as well.
It's like a C.
Yeah. I would eat any of them on eggs though in like a diner.
Sure. Excellent. Do we have anything that we think is a D or an E? Like, do we have anything that we like almost sort of fucking hate?
Steak sauce.
No, you don't fuck with steak sauce?
See, here's the thing. You know I eat like everything. It's just of the options, that is the lesser for me.
That's a B for me, honestly. I'm here for it.
But see, like, if a steak is actually that good, you shouldn't need steak sauce.
You're so right. You are correct. I will downgrade it just because you make such an excellent point. Put that in a D.
Okay. Is that syrup?
It appears to be. I'm assuming it's just based on the container. I'm assuming that's like the for real maple syrup.
Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I freaking love syrup.
Where do we want to put that?
Toss that sucker up high.
S plus? Is S plus excessive?
I think it is. I was going to say maybe S.
We'll go S. I'm trying to think if there's any other S pluses for me here. That fucking strawberry sauce is good.
It is.
I don't know if it's an S plus though.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I reserve S plus for the stuff that gets me really excited, and that currently we have sour cream and Nutella, and those are,
It's pretty much it.
very clearly, yeah. And I can maybe see a couple things that I might put at S, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else that high.
Well, what are your other S's? And I'll tell you if they're gonna wind up getting downgraded or not.
Well, the marshmallow fluff is one.
I'll let you have that because I have very little experience with marshmallow fluff, but I do like a good marshmallow. So
yeah. Actually, that might have been my only other S on there. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you know what I don't like? Tartar sauce.
That's interesting. Well, it is a combination essentially of mayonnaise and relish. And you don't like relish, but
really not here for it.
I do enjoy tartar sauce, like on a fish sandwich or with some fish sticks. Delightful.
No thanks. So where would you put it, and what am I going to take away from it?
Tartar sauce. B?
C it is.
Okay. I don't know that I know the answer to this. How do you feel about mustard?
I'm very much here for that.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I was a weird kid who would put it on a lot of like, I would put it on like chicken nuggets and stuff, chicken tenders, various other forms of meat, put it on burgers.
Because I see mustard. We have two different mustards. We have like the standard yellow, and I'm assuming that's like a Dijon or something
they
like that.
They have yellow, Dijon, and the spicy mustard.
Oh, interesting.
Mustard is honestly an S tier condiment for me.
Oh, really? I don't like it that much.
Oh, I do. I do. To me, how do we feel about A? Wow, really? I'll give it a B. Yeah. Do you want to do B for all varieties?
Yeah. All right. That feels right to me.
What about soy sauce?
I don't really use soy sauce.
I mean, I'll use it when I get like Chinese or Japanese food. And like, I certainly enjoy it.
I refuse to dip sushi in soy sauce because I feel like it takes away from the flavor of the fish. I want to taste the fish. It's the same thing as like putting steak sauce on a steak. It's like, no, I just like the thing itself, and I don't want something to take away from the flavor of it. And I feel like that's all soy sauce does. It becomes like the star of the show.
I would give it like a B. Do you want to downgrade that?
Yeah, I'm more like a D.
See?
Yeah. Controversial opinion. Peanut butter is overrated.
I think it might be a little bit overrated, but I do quite like peanut butter. Like that's like an A or a B for me. Probably an A.
Now, to me, it's like a C.
Oh, you know what slaps though? I love me some appy slices and peanut butter.
Yeah, see, I
love it.
The one situation in which I'm very pro peanut butter is the Reese's, the eggs that come out around this time of year for Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And for some reason, the peanut butter is like God tier. But generally, peanut butter in a jar is just not.
It's so fine. Where would you put it?
Maybe like a C?
I'm going to put it in the B.
Okay.
Because I really do like
forlorn.
Sorry. Where do we want to put chocolate syrup?
Like a B?
I would give it an A.
I mean, it's fine.
I'll let you have it. What about the strawberry sauce?
I think strawberry might actually be a bit better than the chocolate.
I'm going to agree with you. You want to put that in A?
Yeah.
Because I love strawberry, like, is my favorite flavor, both, like, it's my favorite natural and artificial flavor. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love the taste of, like, actual strawberries, but I also love the, like, candy strawberry flavor.
Mm-hmm. I know you always get strawberry when there's flavor options.
I get quite a bit of strawberry bubble tea, and it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, another controversial opinion. Ranch is overrated.
yes, it fucking is. I really don't like ranch all that much.
I do not understand. To me, it just tastes like fat. Like it's so.
Yeah, I'm really not here for it. It's honestly like a D.
Yeah. I never understood the hype with ranch and why people are like, oh, put it on everything, huh? And I'm like, no thanks, I don't want it on anything.
Of the salad dressings, I gotta say, Caesar is up there.
Yeah, I can tell that there's salad dressings. I can't tell what kind they are.
I can sort of
Say
see for
Italian,
some of them.
probably.
One of these looks like Thousand Island.
Maybe.
I think so. I think that's what the label says. But where do we want to put Caesar dressing?
Is Caesar dressing on there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I honestly can't say that I've had it that much.
I think it's like a B.
I'm having trouble recalling the flavor.
So what do you want to do about that?
I don't know.
I'm
it's
gonna
hard
put it
for
in a
me
B.
to provide an assessment of a flavor that I cannot recall.
I can't tell what one of these is. Like, I've genuinely never seen this bottle.
Yeah,
shape.
that I can't identify.
That it's just gonna go there because it's annoying me that
Okay.
there's nothing in E.
Yeah. It could be another like soy sauce brand. Like I think or like the Kikkoman sauces I think are like that shape.
Oh,
Sometimes.
maybe.
I don't know.
I also don't know what this is. There's two things I don't know what the hell they are.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I give up. I don't know.
There's a couple
blue cheese.
You know, I don't like blue cheese, man.
That's what cocktail sauce.
One of these might be. Oh yeah, it has a
Yeah.
shrimp on the label. One of these is cocktail sauce.
Yeah.
I really don't eat shrimp,
I'd put it at like a C.
so I don't do much with cocktail sauce. So I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we got to come back to
salsa.
gravy. What do we want to do? And salsa. I don't like salsa at all.
I just don't even know how to respond to that.
I apologize.
You know, I think the problem is it varies a lot. Like it depends on the salsa.
Okay.
Like you can have really good salsa and you can have bad salsa.
I mean, I feel like that exists with a lot of things. I'll certainly take your word for it because, again, I don't fuck with tomato.
Yeah, I mean, here we're looking at Tostitos. So I guess maybe split the difference and go with like a C.
Okay.
Knowing that there are definitely worse ones, but there are also definitely much better ones.
How do we feel about the queso?
See, this is tricky because I don't know that I've had the Tostitos quesos.
I haven't either.
And I don't feel like it's fair to judge them based on quality quesos. Again, I haven't had them, so I don't know that they're bad quality, but you know.
All right, well then how do we feel about guac?
I friggin' love guac. Actually, that might even be S+.
Oh, that's a little high for me. I would give it like a B. Do we want to put it in S or A?
S. It is always extra, the guac.
Yeah, guac is always extra. I'll let you have it.
It's been driving me nuts. I can't tell what that is.
Which one?
That one you were just on that in the middle that looks like a clear bottle almost.
Oh, is vinegar.
Oh, just like it looks clear like a white vinegar or an apple cider vinegar or
I guess, yeah. I know that's a thing on fries in like Canada.
Yeah, I suppose. Now,
no thanks.
If it were balsamic vinegar, I would be saying put that sucker up in S+, but it's clearly not balsamic.
So what do we want to do with it then?
I don't know, because I'm not 100% sure what it is.
All right, you know what? Things that we don't really know what to do with are just going to go in E by default.
Okay. What kind of hell of a good dip is that? I'm assuming like a French onion. That's pretty standard.
I think it is French onion, which
I
I
enjoy a
can't
French
say I've
onion dip.
ever had that.
Oh,
Yeah, E for
yeah, that's
we don't
okay.
know what it is. I like that.
Yeah. I enjoy a French onion dip, but it seems kind of fatty like ranch dressing. I might go like a C on that.
Okay. Yeah, there are some of these that are coming that I have no opinion. How do we feel about just like jam/jelly in general?
I freaking love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty here for it. Do we want to go S or
Yeah.
A?
I was thinking S.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, that's going to vary a lot, but
Yeah, there's definitely a spectrum, but the overall concept, big thumbs up
yeah.
from me.
Oh, the Polliners All Fruit, which is only sweetened with fruit juice, is so freaking good. I have raspberry in my fridge right now, and it actually has like the
I
tartness of raspberries.
need to get a fucking toaster.
I have 2 in my basement. I've told you this many times.
Bring one. Bring one on Friday.
You're about
Need
to
a toaster.
By the way, I got out my copy of the movie Evolution, so I didn't forget about it.
Oh, wonderful. Don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. Don't know what this is.
Yeah, and honestly, we're not sure about the quesos. I don't know if we should just ditch those too.
Yeah, you know what? So, final things we have are Thousand Island dressing, the very concept of gravy, and marinara sauce.
I enjoy Thousand Island. Like, it's not my first choice, but
It's definitely not my first choice. I don't think it's bad.
I mean, I might put it in like an A or B.
I would, yeah, B seems fine because I might give it a C, but I'll let you bump that up. Marinara sauce, red sauce, whatever you want to call it, tomato sauce.
It's not anything exciting. Like, it's enjoyable and it goes well in things.
Oh, yeah, one of those might be honey mustard.
Honey mustard. It's
Which I really do fuck with. That's what I get for my chicky nuggies.
It might be the one next to the white Tostitos, right? That's the one it looks like it more to me.
Let's just say that this is honey mustard, because that's going to go up to like an A for me.
I think that's the one he said was horseradish.
Oh. Okay. So this, I think, might be honey mustard, and that's going to go there.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
And what do we want to do? I don't like horseradish. I really don't. That honestly is like an E for me.
I'm having trouble recalling the flavor. It's one of those things I know I've had, but yeah.
Yeah, spicy and bitter.
I'm not
committed. I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah.
Oh, so
tomato sauce.
I want to go like a B.
Yeah, it's it's probably a D for me. So how do we feel about that?
Yeah.
And then the very concept of gravy
is what we're left with.
Because I'm just thinking of my mom's cooking, and that's an S+, baby.
But you have to think about the spectrum of gravies. You can't just think about the best gravy.
I am thinking of that. So maybe like
because I've had some bland gravy.
I have had some bland gravy, and you do kind of hate to see it.
I want to go A.
Okay, I can live with that.
Okay.
So there you have it. The official Fighting with Friends condiment, dip, sauce, topping tier list. I like it.
Nice. Yeah. Good for impromptu rankings.
This is the second time. Sometimes Tier Maker really comes in clutch for this show, I gotta say.
Although because of that, we've largely, I was going to bring up the Spider-Man versus Spider-Man's debate, but
I do want to hear about do we have any more updates from your students?
Not since what I put in the group chat. I mean, we have talked about it. So in class, we were talking about the various actors who have played Spider-Man in the films, right? Mm-hmm. So we had Tobey Maguire, and then we had Andrew Garfield, and then Tom Holland. And in trying to use the plural of Spider-Man, I initially said Spider-Men, and I was like, that's not right, because Spider-Man is an entity, so if we're talking about multiples of Spider-Man, it's Spider-Mans.
I still think it should be Spiders-Man like Attorneys General, just because I think it's funnier.
Well, but it became like a whole debate in the classroom, and so I sent them on a 5-minute break halfway through class, and I made up these polls and put them up there. And it was really close, but Spider-Man's won by like a very small margin. And then I sent that picture in our group chat for the network, and Chris had brought up the idea of like Attorneys General, Spiders-Man.
Which this was a tweet that I've definitely referenced on the podcast before. If you're talking about two separate Trader Joe's store location, you have to say Trader's Joe.
I brought that up last week when we first started talking about the Spider-Man thing.
What did they say to that?
There was laughing and talking amongst themselves, and some people just kind of going,
all right, I'll take it.
But I made a second poll, went to class a couple days later, added in the Spiders-Man. Nobody chose it, not a single person.
Big sad.
And somehow more people chose Spider-Men than Spider-Mans this time, which I'm like, you guys are flip-flopping here on me.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting question, because I have since mentioned it to like a colleague who then just couldn't stop thinking about it.
I'm going to guess who that is, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
And you will be wrong.
Okay.
It is. I'm sure it's not who you expect.
All right. We'll find out. So I think this is going to be a good place for us to begin the weekly worsening, unless we have anything else we want to talk about before we get into that.
No, I don't think so.
Begin the meditation.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
What have you got for me, bestie? How are you worse this week and also last week?
Yes. As you probably know, I continue to play Skyrim.
Yes, we've caught each other on Steam very frequently in the past couple days. There's been a back and forth of that "I can see you, bitch"
I was gonna say, we just keep sending the same meme back and forth, and there hasn't even been a response. So like, what if it just keeps going? Same meme over and over again.
I like it,
because I just did that to you a couple hours ago.
That you did. But yeah, how is Skyrim going?
Yeah, how many houses do I have now? I'm not sure.
Nice. Impressive.
I've been buying a lot of houses. I built 2.
Nice.
And I bought 3? Something like that. And I keep forgetting where I put stuff, though. I need to pick like one house.
I always pick Breeze Home as my like central, because it's the central location.
But that's also like the first one,
I love it. I think it's
smaller.
Cute.
But the houses that I've built are so much bigger.
What do you mean? When you say built?
Yeah. Oh, you might not have the Hearthfire DLC. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at my Steam account.
Yeah. No, it was a DLC, and there's like 3 plots of land that you can buy. And then you build your own house on them.
Yeah, I am definitely going to make sure I have that.
Yeah, and you get to choose, like, you get options as to what the wings you build on are, like an armory or an alchemy lab or an enchanter's tower.
Nice.
Yeah, so the second one I'm building, I'm going to put different wings on it, I think.
I love that for you.
Yeah, so I definitely have to pick a central one. But yeah, I've been playing a lot and focusing on buying houses and collecting cool shit. And yeah, I even bought Proudspire, which is 25,000 gold.
Hell
So
yes, queen. Where are
So-
you at in the story?
I don't know how to answer that because there's so many things happening. Are you talking about the Dragonborn kind of overall?
Yeah, I'm talking about the main quest.
Yeah, I haven't really done much with that in a while, actually.
Fair enough. Just curious.
Yeah, just kind of wandering and doing whatever feels right at any given time.
I
But
like it.
a lot of that. A lot of that. I'm coming for the number of hours you've played at this point on there.
I'm very impressed. Girl, this is part of my worsening. I'm up to 500 hours in Fallout 4.
Oh, last time I noticed it was 400, so that's something.
That for whatever reason, that game has like reached up out of the ground and grabbed me by the throat again.
Yeah, I noticed that you were playing it when I sent you the meme earlier. It said that you were playing Fallout 4.
Yep. Because I had some DLC there that I hadn't finished, and I like started getting back into it, and I was like, "Oh wait, this is awesome!"
Yeah,
But yeah, how else
Yeah,
are you
which is-
worse?
I haven't reported on where I am in One Piece in a while.
Where are you in One Piece?
I have recently passed episode 400.
Holy shit! All right,
Still more than 700 to go.
but that's not bad.
Yeah, no, I've made major headway. Of course, the characters have grown on me, and it has really gotten me in the feels many times.
I love that for you.
Yeah, so I continue to progress on that. And I would say the final thing that I want to point out is a little bit different. Well, not that different, but I never really used to go to the store Five Below.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple times here or there, you know, just when there was something I was looking for and I thought, oh, maybe they might have something like that there. But the thing is, they keep selling nerd things,
That's how they
including a lot of anime mini Funkos, which I now have the complete set of Demon Slayer ones because
Nice.
a friend of mine finally found the last one that I've been looking for. I've been to like five Belows and none of them had it, and she finally found it.
There you go.
So I have the complete set. But I stopped by one today and I was like, oh, let me just see, because she told me they had like Japanese food ones now.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy two of them right here because I got a little bowl of ramen
Aw,
and I got this little sushi.
that's so cute.
These are Funkos.
I love
These are
it.
Funko products, yeah. But I discovered they had One Piece mini Funkos now. So I got 4 out of 8. I'll have to find the other 4.
Nice.
But it's
Very
like
nice.
I can't stop buying all these mini Funko things at Five Below. I had to have the ramen. I restrained myself. They had one of those cute like little good luck cats.
Aw.
I looked at it. I gotta hang it up. I also bought this poster that is just tiny pictures of Pusheen in different like poses and things. I looked at it and I was like, looking at this will bring me great joy. It is
I
the
love it.
cutest thing. There's like
I absolutely love it.
50, there's like 50 iterations of Pusheen on there. Each more adorable than the last.
Gotta love Pusheen.
But yeah, I seem to have a mini Funkos from Five Below problem.
Sure, why not? Aside from Fallout 4 once again having me in a chokehold, girl, help! Ghost keeps doing things. We got a new chapter, which is so exciting. Ghost is on the cover of the latest issue of Metal Hammer, which I already got my grubby little mitts on a copy of that. Yay! But yeah, just Ghost, man. They're doing things, and it's so excellent. And so much of my time is spent just like talking about it and thinking about it and planning. Yay!
It's very exciting.
Ghost makes me insane in all the best ways. And how else am I getting worse? I'm getting real excited for all the things we have coming up, bestie.
Yes.
We got things coming
Same.
up. And I'm really looking forward to them. We're going to be at Retro Nerd Fest this Saturday. Brooksy's going to be in town, and we're going to be doing Drunk and Disorderly afterwards, which is going to be a great time.
Which, by the way, Saturday is First Contact Day. It's a Star Trek holiday. It's
Oh, hell yeah.
when the humans first made contact
Mhm.
with an outside alien race.
Cool.
So that's fun. Fun fact.
Yeah, I'm real excited. We got things coming up. I love having things to look forward to.
I do have another thing.
Oh, yes, please share.
I ran a little bit yesterday.
Yay! How'd that go?
It was super painful, and I paid for it all day. But here's the thing. It made me so happy. I was in like the best mood all day yesterday.
Okay, well, that's good. As long as
and
it
I
was
had
worth it.
Yeah, I had my last ever, well, not maybe ever, but for this purpose, my final podiatrist appointment today.
Yay! That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He did have to dig a knot out of my foot. Like the dissolvable sutures weren't fully dissolving. So that was really fun. Yeah. So that was great fun. But yeah, now at this point, it's all about pain tolerance. So
All right.
I'm running tomorrow. So race season is nigh. As soon as I get back into good enough shape.
Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what have we got going on? We've got Vinland Saga stream returning tomorrow.
Yep.
Then nothing. Defend Friday. No Defend Friday. No Defend Friday. Saturday we're gonna have Drunk and Disorderly. Which is going to be a total blast. Nothing Sunday. And then Monday, bringing it back around for our regularly scheduled programming with Big Dumb Monsters. Whatever y'all are doing, drop that in the chat for us. If you know.
Am I correct in assuming that we will not be streaming next week? Because it will be your birthday.
It will be my birthday. We can stream on my birthday.
Okay. I just didn't know if you wanted to do a thing, had plans or whatever.
Do I look like I have plans?
Okay.
No, that is
just pointing it out.
We are on as far as I'm concerned. Subject to change, but for now, let's say we're still on.
Okay.
And yes, go to Bull and Bee Meadery. Go to their website, bullandbee.com, and use Monster Mead as your code to get $5 off at checkout. Their mead is delicious. You will love it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So definitely do that.
Yeah, and con season is upon us.
Con season is finally upon us.
Yep. We already mentioned Retro Nerd Fest for Saturday, but we're only, like 4 weeks away from Saratoga?
Yeah, 4 weeks out from Saratoga, so come catch us there. That'll be a great time. But I think that is going to bring us to a close for the evening.
Yeah.
All right. As always, friends, thank you for fighting with us. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we'll be back again next week. We'll see you then. Adios.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brookes. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday. You can subscribe to our Twitch channels to watch our live broadcasts without ads, or donate to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters Podcast Network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening.